guys, it's Vickycorn. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. So for today's video, we're going to be doing a very highly requested video in the comments recently. So a lot of you guys have been telling me that you really like my handcrafted Schleich barn and you wanted me to make a video out of it on how to make a handcrafted Schleich barn. But since I wasn't really into making another one, I could not get the video done. But today I thought it's a really snowy day, so I thought it was the perfect time to make this craft. Alright, so before we start the craft, we're going to introduce all the things that you will need. So first up, you need a really good sized cardboard box. I chose this one that came in the mail a couple weeks ago. So we're actually going to be cutting off this top part to make the barn that's inside. You guys will see it later in this video, but you need a good sized cardboard box, and really how big your barn is, that's up to you. I'm making a medium sized one today. You'll need a good amount of these wooden craft sticks. Now I have, I think, around 30 here, which is gonna make me around, I don't know how many doors. I might make the doors a little bit shorter this time actually, but you'll need a good amount. I would say around 30 of these wooden sticks. You will need a hot glue gun or just glue, but a hot glue gun is very highly recommended because glue dries really slowly compared to the hot glue gun. You need big or sharp scissors. I'm using the sharp ones that I always use. This is optional, but you can also get paint because the last one I didn't paint the barn, but this time I really wanted to paint it. So I'm going to be painting it brown, but I don't have brown paint, so I'm going to be mixing this green with the red to get a brown color. And you'll need a paintbrush. Make sure that the brush is at least decent big sized because it'll make your life so much easier. I think I have a bigger one. I'm going to go look for it downstairs and I'll be back in a sec. Alright guys, so I went for a search around the house and I was not able to find a bigger brush than this. So I'm going to have to deal with this. But again, if you have a bigger brush, make sure to use that one and it'll make your life so much more easier. The first step is you're going to take your cardboard box and you're going to cut the top part of it. This whole thing, we're going to cut it off. So I'm going to do a little time lapse here. So I cut off the top piece of this cardboard and my fingers did hurt a little bit while I was cutting it, but trust me guys, at the end it'll be totally worth it. And now you may realize that after you cut it, there will be like these little flakes of scratches on the cardboard. And that's because I wasn't using the best type of scissors. So if you have the same problem as me while you're doing this craft, you can try to tear it off. Yeah, so try to make it as pretty as possible. Alright, now that most of that is complete, I will also suggest that you take the inside, but not before we paint this whole barn. Of course, if you're not painting it, then you can ignore that part and just take the inside as well. But now, since I'm painting this barn, I will paint this barn. And I will also do a little time lapse. And because I don't want to waste that much paint, I'm only going to paint the inside. But I think if you want to paint the outside as well, that's fine. But since, you know, it's only an inside shoot, I'm just going to paint the inside. Pretty good. It's like this darkish brown color, which is a really good color to paint stables with. Now let's get painting. Alright you guys, so far I have one side of the barn all done. And I know that I'm not the best at painting. In fact, I'm probably one of the worst. So just don't mind my painting skills. Two sides done, and I did splatter some paint here, but that's fine. This side will be painted also, so it doesn't make any difference. So now I have the first layer of the paint all done. Now the time lapse may seem really short, but it actually took me, I think, over 20 minutes to do because I wanted it to be like neat so bad. But this is only the first layer. I don't think this part will need any more layers because it looks really neat already. But I think that the bottom part definitely needs at least another layer. So we're gonna get into that. And also a little tip here. Don't try to put a lot of paint in one layer. Make your first layer really thin like mine. You can see there's still like some white parts sticking out. That's actually perfect because these thin layers take less time to dry, and then you'll get your project done actually faster to put on more layers but make each layer really thin. Looks like. I think it looks pretty good. The second layer managed to cover all the white spots that was sticking out, and now it looks like a really good barn floor. And I think I'm gonna also do a second layer here. And also, guys, I wanted to mention this project does take up quite a bit of paint, so make sure that you have enough paint before starting this project. I got these, I think these are 16 ounces. Yeah. So make sure you have enough paint before starting the project because you don't want to go midway and then run out of paint. That's just not very nice. Alright guys, so I had to get a lamp in here because it was a bit dark. But let's continue with the barn. ASMR paint squeezing. There's even no sound, but I'm trying to make it satisfying. Because I saw these trends on TikTok where they squeeze paint and they make such a big noise. I don't understand how they do it because mine never makes a noise. But anyways, let's just mix the paint and start painting. The painting part there because in a barn not everything's actually always perfect, so it sometimes is nice to have those like scratches on the walls. It makes the barn look more realistic in my opinion. If you don't have wooden sticks, a really good tip is to use this cardboard that we cut off in the beginning as the door. Heat up the hot glue gun to glue on these sticks, and if you're young children, make sure to get your parent for help. Turn her on and wait for about 2 minutes. Just to show you guys how this is gonna work, basically after the glue gun is completely heated, I'm going to be gluing about 8 of these wooden sticks like this and making a little door for the horses. It is snowing so hard outside. So I made 4 of these wooden doors because unfortunately I did not have enough wooden sticks to make more. And now we are gonna glue these sticks up here to the barn. So this barn is gonna have 6 stalls because I have 2 wooden doors to separate them on each side. So let's get gluing. Guys, so I have all the doors here taped up, actually not taped up, glued up, and the glue is still drying, so right now I'm just gonna sit here and wait for it to dry before I get on to the next step. But also I realized that the barn does not look as nice when it's not painted, so instead I actually changed my mind and I'm actually gonna paint it, but even if when it's glued on. You guys, I painted the wooden stick doors and it does not look the best yet, or I don't think it ever will, because the hot glue gun part that leaked out of these cracks are not able to be painted, which is why it looks like it's a bit of some white parts are sticking out. But personally I think that's fine, and that, you know, a barn, a real one, is not perfect either and there will be scratches. So that might actually make it more realistic, but I'm okay with it. I like it. So now we're gonna wait for the paint to dry. Also guys, if you're not a very patient person like I am, I'm not patient, you can also go get a hair dryer and dry this a little bit faster. It'll speed up the drying process. For today's video, because I got the barn almost kind of completed. So for the doors, I just did like a little ribbon here. I don't think it looks the best, but there was nothing else that I could do because I couldn't do the chains like I did last time because we don't have that many chains. But overall, I think that today's work was worth it. I like how the barn turned out, and especially since now we will have more horses that will have a proper home, and I'm really happy about that. So now we're gonna get some horses from the upper shelves from where I did my collections tour, and we're gonna put them in here and see how the barn looks. Alright guys, so I grabbed some pretty girls off the shelf and this is how it looks. So this barn probably won't be featured a lot in my videos just because of the color. I think it's really realistic, the color, but it's not the best for filming. So I probably won't actually feature this in one of my videos. But again, I hope that you guys, from watching this video, learned how to do a simple barn out of a cardboard. It is very simple, very easy, and the end product is really good. So I hope you guys enjoyed that video and learned something from it. If you guys liked it, please give me a huge thumbs up, subscribe down below, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!